Okay, so men aren't chasing anymore? Is that where we're at? Is that where we're at? Or is that where we've been and I've just been out of the loop? My bad. Not that hard. I don't think. Oh. I don't know, man. I can't say that it's not that hard because I'm not a man. But then, how does it work then? Wasn't that the game? Wasn't that it's the chase? Right? Maybe I'm so far out of the loop, but like, that's how it would work. Now you're like posting or editing your phone number on a picture that you post on a dating app, and then we have to reach out to you? What?
Some of these ladies don't seem to like the game. Some of these ladies don't seem like the game they created.
So I've been divorced for 2.5 years and I'm ready to start dating. And I'm just wondering, where are all the men at? Because the dating apps, well, they're terrible. Either the men don't know how to take good pictures of themselves, or they're just not on there, or they don't say anything. I don't really understand it. They're not at the grocery store. Like, are you guys getting your groceries delivered? Where are all the men at? I don't golf, so that's out.
Approximately 10 hours later.
To all the men currently hiding from me, don't worry, I'm not looking for you either. If emotional maturity sends you into witness protection, I get it. If clear communication makes you sweat, and if the phrase, "where are all the men at?" feels like an attack, you're definitely not him. So no hard feelings. I know the comment section appreciates your bravery. What would you say to all your red flags?
Shame, insults, guilt, and the need to be right. You asked a question, people answered you, and now you want to talk about them for it.
Question for straight men who still like women. What is your favorite quality in a woman? Like top tier quality, couldn't be with a woman who did not have that quality.
Loyalty, honest and loyalty, femininity, woman who treats others with kindness and respect. Respect. All other qualities can follow under respect. Pretty much it.
I was hanging out with my friend yesterday and we were talking about dating, and she was telling me how she's so frustrated with dating and with men, and she's just so over it. And she's 27, she's gorgeous, and I'm not just saying that because she's my friend. She's just objectively beautiful. She's from Brazil, she's sweet, she works out a lot, she's super fit. She's just had so many disappointing experiences over the last couple years. Like, she feels like guys just don't take her seriously for some reason. Like, they think it's okay to just treat her casually, even though she tells them up front she only is interested in something serious. She's not interested in anything casual. And some guys are just actually dumb. They don't know how to behave. On some of the dates, she'll like offer to pay or split something just to see how they react. Any gentleman is not going to accept that offer. He's not going to let the woman pay on at least the first handful of dates. And some of these guys will just let her pay. Like, they'll just be like, yeah, go ahead. You can pay for that. Yeah, pay for that. I'm sorry. He was just in the mindset of like, I've just been so disappointed by so many of these guys. Like, I just don't even want to try anymore.
Alex said, do you ever notice how all of their single friends are drop dead gorgeous, yet nobody wants them? Wonder why that is.
Okay, man, I have a quick question. Say you and someone, y'all are vibing, the texting, the energy, everything's so good, but then they hit you with like a, hey, I think we'd be better off as friends than like romantic partners, you know, like I'd rather just stay friends and like that's it. How do you feel about that? I don't want to say like friend zoning, but like that's basically what it is. But like it's done without ill intent. It's just like I genuinely don't see a romantic relationship developing between us, but I think we could be really good friends. How do you take that? Do you like give it a chance and like try to be friends with the girl, or are you just like, I'm good, on to the next? I'm just trying to understand like what men think.
I see a lot of women ask the question, why is it that we only see handsome men on the internet, but in person there seems to be a scarcity? Well, I'm here to answer that question for you guys. We are looking eye level when we're outside, or we're looking up. But what we must be doing is looking down. And hear me out, ladies. No one sent me here. No one paid me to say this. But short men are the handsome ones. They have the best face cards. It's a scientifically proven fact. So if you are looking for handsome men, just try glancing down just a little bit.
One more thing about the male loneliness epidemic, and then I will be done for now. That is so embarrassing. Oh my literal God, I'm so sorry, but that is so embarrassing. I would keep that to myself. I would never admit that. And you guys are out here left and right admitting it. Oh my God, keep it to yourself. Go literally outside. Oh my God, go outside.
Pillow Pet said, I have yet to see anyone talk about it. Somebody else responded, exactly. The only people I see talk about it are single, miserable women. Somebody else chimed in, I've only seen women talk about it. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but I don't really see men talking about it at all. I'm still looking for it. I literally am.
As women, it is so detrimental to perpetuate this narrative that there are no good men out there. And we all start believing it. What happens is when we find a decent guy, we hold on to it. We're not evaluating whether this person is a 10 out of 10. We're thinking, oh, this is good enough because there are no good guys out there. And we might be settling for a 3/4 love or a 7/8 love instead of 10 out of 10, the best love that I could ever think of. And women are very powerful. What we speak into existence usually manifests. I do not want to talk about how there are no good men and how it's so hard to find. Not for me. It's a 10 out of 10 soulmate level love. In fact, there are multiple people for me who are on that level, and I'm just waiting to find the first one.
As a man, I just feel like y'all should never ask to see y'all girl phone. Like, that's girl stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, you a man. Like, you shouldn't be moving how we move. So, like, yeah.
I wonder if parents teach both children the same thing. I hear a lot of them telling their daughters to make sure that they're independent, self-sufficient. That way they're not at the mercy of the man. But at the same time, are we telling our sons to make sure that they don't get into relationships with the wrong woman, have children with the wrong woman, and that way he's not at the mercy of her? Because once they get married, that's kind of what it is. He's then at the mercy if she's going to ask for alimony, child support, or things like that. And that way he's not at the mercy of her if she ever decides to leave. Is that what parents are teaching their sons? Because I don't know, I don't have children, but it is something that I have noticed a little bit of a discrepancy in. I see that most parents are teaching their sons to be the princes that the princess wants, but at the same time, she doesn't actually want it, right? She wants the man, she wants the leader, she wants the king, not the prince. I'm just curious, is there a double standard there where we're telling women to watch out for themselves, but not doing the same for the men? So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments.
So here I am again, going to work for 10 hours again.
Men who like really look good and they know they look good and like society thinks they traditionally look good, I don't care. Like, these type of men make it so hard to have a normal conversation because they think because they look good that I'm supposed to be like just down to go. Like, boy, I don't care what you look like.
Last night I'm in the bath and my son walks in and he's 4 and he goes, "Mommy, is that your boobies?" And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Why's your nipple so big?" And I was like, "That's just the size of them, buddy." And he said, "Well, where's the rest of your boobie?" And I said, "What do you mean?" And he goes, "It's just all nipple and none of the other part." Thanks.
Tell you this, young man, think of how many questions you're going to be able to ask in timeout. Get out my face.
Now, I have never thought that I was all that in a bag of chips, ever. Still don't. But I know one damn thing. I know one thing. I have been humbled twice this week. First time I was at a different store and I seen somebody that I've seen, like, they do the inventories and stuff. So I seen him and he finally spoke to me. He's like, I've always been scared to talk to you. And I'm like, why? He said, "You kind of look mean." I'm like, "I kind of am, buddy." So then we started talking and he was like, "How old are you anyways?" And I was just like, he goes, "Oh, let me guess, 32. 32? Okay, all right, whatever. Okay, humbled.
Well, then later on, I'm at a baseball game taking pictures, and one of the other photographers walk up, and we're chit-chatting, and he was just like, "Are you a mom?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's "Oh, what number? What number?" And I'm like, "I do not have a kid. I want to play varsity baseball." So, skincare routine.
I swear, guys just don't know if a girl is interested in them or not. And I think it's an epidemic. This is part 23 of Harsh Sister Advice, where I explain things to men as if they were my brother. I'm gonna keep this one short and sweet. It's Memorial Day weekend. If a girl comes up to you and starts talking to you, she is interested in you and she thinks you're cute. Get her number. If you also think she's cute, buy her a drink, talk to her, and hang out with her, and see if you like her. Come back for more Harsh Sister Advice.
Why is this always the first response when a conversation or topic is being had when you hold other women accountable? Why is this the first comment that women always go to? Your man is the problem. We know men are a problem when they do what they do. We're not taking away from holding them accountable. We're talking about females. In this particular conversation and topic, we stand on topic. The topic on the topic that's at discussion. If you know, I'll use me. I'm a female. I know I'm dealing with Johnny. I know Johnny got a wife. Whatever I'm doing with Johnny is on me what I'm doing with Johnny. Ain't no way in hell that I have any reasonable amount of same sense that I need to be reaching out to his wife to tell his wife that Johnny is cheating on her. What the hell am I reaching out to his wife? The only reason why I'm going to be reaching out to his wife is because either one, Johnny don't want to f me no more. Something else going on with Johnny. I'm pregnant. Whatever the case may be, I want Johnny all to myself and she needs to get the fuck out of Dodge. There's a reason why women do this. And until women start telling themselves to go and stop being some lying ass broads out here, they ain't gonna never be responsible for nothing that they involve themselves in. And they're gonna always be victims, and they're gonna always point the finger and blame somebody all their life. And you know what winds up happening? They breathe the same type of daughters. And that's a sad situation.
Can somebody please tell me why are guys so intimidated by women nowadays? You can have standards and they're intimidated by you. You can have money and, just pop your shit, do for yourself and you don't need nobody and they automatically intimidated by you. Like, why is it? I want to know.
Don't say anything, I'm deep conditioning. But what I find to be really funny is how men will use a woman being single as an insult. But what men don't understand is that being in a committed relationship with them, even if it's one-sided, is work. It's work for a woman to be in a relationship with a man. You have to stroke his ego. He's going to want you to do domestic labor like cooking and cleaning, sewing up his clothes. He'll want you to do help him with things like helping him write a resume. Some of them ask you stuff like that. They'll ask you to do all of this labor for them. And then on top of you having to be intimate with them, they don't understand or conceptualize the fact that dealing with the men on a long-term basis is work for women. It's work. When in 2025, women can really just say, let's just be intimate, and we can just stop right there. And you can just get out. We don't need to do anything else. And I'll call you when I need that again. But besides that, yeah.
What labor are you guys doing though for a resume? You can just pop that into ChatGPT and that takes all of a minute for them to polish your resume for you. You could even say, hey, can you shade it or can you kind of revise it to this job description? Bada bing, bada boom. Another 2 minutes of your time. What labor? Domestic labor like cooking and cleaning. I mean, once again, crock pot exists, air fryer exists, microwave. These ovens out here are heating up to 350 in 5 minutes. And you can have whole meals done in literally like 20 or 30 minutes. Made, prepared for you. Not to mention Uber and DoorDash. What are we talking about?
What's one right or privilege that men have that you don't have?
They make more money in sports. I don't understand why.
Let me ask you a question. Can you name a WNBA team? Real quick, can you name a WNBA team? Can you name an NBA team?
There's a bunch of them.
Yep. Can you name an NBA team?
The Knicks.
Yep. Can you name an NBA team?
Chicago Bulls in there.
Okay, so
Lakers,
think about this.
like that.
So think about this. You can all name an NBA team, but you can't name a WNBA team. The reason why you can't name a WNBA team because the WNBA sucks. No one wants to watch women's sports. It's trash. Any type of women's sports, the market isn't as big. because all of the greatest talents is in men's sports. You got guys in the NBA can dunk, doing windmill 360s. Before people even watch women's sports, they're watching men's college sports. Then they'll watch high school men's sports before they watch women's professional sports. Make sense? So that's why women get paid less, because they deserve less, because people don't want to watch them.
I feel like they don't get
Y'all don't even want to watch them. Y'all watch Bad Girls Clubs. Y'all watch Hollywood Housewives. The thing is, it's not unfair because men is making it unfair. It'll do just as good as men's sports, but y'all don't watch that.
And in this day and age, you probably know, going on these types of podcasts, that question is going to come up at some point in time. And if you don't, why not just know that for general knowledge? If you're actually trying to support women, why not know that?
Y'all tell me if I'm tripping, but I don't think I like the compliment that you're 90s fine. Cause what are you saying? What are you really saying right now? Just say I'm fine. Cut the 1990s piece.
Well, they can't tell you if you're tripping or not because you turned the comments off. So how are they going to give you feedback?
Can we please stop pretending like the reason you don't approach women is because you're scared you'll be accused of harassment? That's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. If you approach anybody with kindness and respect, the worst they can say is no. The reason you don't want to approach women is because you're a sissy. And that's the fundamental issue. Stop trying to make it some other situation that has to do with society and culture and feminism, dude. No. Go say hi to a girl. Be nice about it. Whatever. Learn to get a little bit of zhuzh. I don't want to use the word riz. I'm doing everything to avoid using that word. You have to get better at socializing and talking to strangers if it is your goal to obtain a girlfriend via cold open. Now, you can also just hang out with mutual friends, dude. It doesn't have to be like some you don't have to watch a pickup artist and figure out how to do it. Be that guy that's always making small talk with people in a line. Be that person. You can become that person if you would like to interact with women more. Stop pretending it's like culture or something, dude. The reason you don't want to talk to women in public is because you're a sissy and you're nervous and you spend too much time on your phone. We'll talk to other people all the time. Strangers talk to people all the time. Ever met one of those social people that just starts making a friend everywhere they go? Be that guy if you want to be that guy. Stop.
This is one of the reasons that men continue not approaching you guys. You guys continue to show us that you're terrible at communication. You're terrible at emotional intelligence. You're just not good at these things. Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. You didn't even have to insult anybody, but you continue to do it, and you get mad when men do it back.
Would you rather snitch on your best friend or cheat on your girlfriend?
I would snitch on my friend before I cheat on my girlfriend.
Okay.
I would never cheat on you, I promise.
A few moments later.
You're lying. He let another girl dance on him, bro.
Not my fault, she was dancing on me.
For like a good 5 minutes.
I'm not gonna push her away.
Yes, you are gonna push her away. You're in a full-on. What the is not clicking? How would you feel if she danced on a guy for 5 minutes?
Well, that's different.
It's not different.
She just texted me, but I'm not gonna answer.
You gave her your number?
No.
Yes. What do you mean she texted me? What the? What? Why would now be when you tell me that? You know what? That's fine because I'm just gonna go find a new guy. That's fine.
Well, that was insane. He could have came back from that, I think, had he not gotten her number.
Bro, you exposed yourself in the same night. Take the L.
For guys, it's so easy. If you have your shit together, you're going to attract the right person. And yeah, there's like some women who are like probably shallow and like crazy. Yeah, you don't want to be attracting those anyway. And yeah, I'm sure there's a ton of them. But yeah, if you go to therapy or you are just mentally and emotionally have your shit together, you're going to find someone. I promise you that. And somehow, if you don't, that means like everyone else around you is like a piece of shit.
So I gave myself 4.5 months of being single. I really took a lot of time to myself. I loved it. I had no interest in dating at the time. I went on a lot of yoga retreats. I did a lot of yoga. I did a lot of meditation. I just took care of myself. I worked out a ton and spent time with girlfriends, and it was wonderful. And it wasn't until last month and my sister was asking me how my love life was going, and I was like, non-existent. Because I told myself, I was like, I'm gonna have a meet cute. Like, I don't want to go on the apps. And I was really resistant to it. And she was like, you know, that's how I met Kellen, and now they're expecting their baby and she's engaged. And I was like, okay, just make a profile. So I started to kind of get back out there on the dating world and going on a few dates and it was pretty fun. I went on some really nice dates, and it was nice to get dressed up and to go out, and I love people.
So maybe you should ask your sister what she did in order to be successful on the dates. There's a lot of bad dating advice out there. Sis, what did you do to get the man that you want? What qualities did you look for? What questions did you ask him?
Fellas, Steve Harvey famously advised all women to wait 90 days before becoming intimate with the man. Now, the problem with that advice for you men is that during that 30, 60, 90-day waiting period, a smart girl is going to utilize your waiting to her advantage. And this is what I mean. In my last video, I detailed the honeymoon honeypot, which is a financial game that works very well during the first 90 days that you are dating a man. After the age of 25, most women figure out that men are waiting 30, 60, 90, sometimes longer days to get the nookie because they already have a roster. And at that point, there goes your leverage. Games like the honeymoon honeypot allow a woman to reserve herself intimately while getting things from men. I always chuckle when I hear men give the advice to women that they need to make a man wait 30, 60, or 90 days, because it's the assumption that because she is not intimate with him, that she is not intimate with anyone. The bottom line is there are many games that women will play. The problem is not where do you find the good women. It's about learning how to peep, flip, and when necessary, run game. With that being said, my name is The Dream. Thanks for watching. Hit like, share, and please follow for more games women play. Blessings.
I don't know who started feeding men those lies that as they age, they become more attractive. That is a lie. You are ugly at 40, my darling. At 35, you've lost all your hair. You don't go to the gym. Your body looks horrible with your belly that looks like you've been pregnant for the last 5 years. You are deeply and thoroughly unattractive. Your eyes are unattractive. You don't shave. You are disgustingly dirty, and there is nothing attractive about you. Matter of fact, let me burst your bubble further. It's only a few men that remain tip-top condition at the ages of 35, 40. Most of y'all become regressed and haggard looking. Nothing attractive about you. Do you understand? Because I'm talking of men I see, like my average day-to-day, average Joe, average James. Y'all are ugly. Especially you bald men. So ugly. Minus my dad though. So ugly. Like, I don't know who made men feel like they're the best thing after sliced bread. You are not. You have a very short while to achieve all your goals and beg any woman who is dumb enough to marry you. Let me tell you something. There is nothing attractive about men, especially when they hit their old age, the 50s, the 60s. Who wants to marry that kind of man? Your balls swing low, they sweep the ground. Look at you. Who said you are attractive? Your value doesn't increase. Just because you have money doesn't mean your value increases. So anybody can make money. Even women now, we are making mad money. Women are even surpassing men in some sectors. So don't even bring that nonsense. Nonsense. Who told you guys? Who? Look at you. Look at the mirror. Look at you. Look at you. You think you're like one of those fine men here on TikTok. You are not. Oh, you are the average man, and you work in healthcare. Go and sleep. Go and sleep. So for you to sit down as a man and think, oh, as I increase, my value will increase, and as women, increase in age, their value decreases. No. If there's any decrease at all that women go through, you self as a man, you are going through it. You self as a man, you are going through it. Rat. Look at you. You have the audacity. Men, God, men do something to me. Oh, these rats, man. I actually despise you all so bad.
Male billionaires over 40, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Larry Ellison, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, who is 94, Steve Ballmer, Michael Bloomberg, Jim Walton, Mancio Ortega, Harold Hamm, 79, 89, 76, 83, 68, 69, 80, 61, 53. What were you saying about the short time?
I got cheated on by a white man.
Turkey said this brought a smile to my face.
So if you needed any more proof that if he wanted to, he would, is a real thing. The guy that I have been seeing for about 3 months now, well, we met, like, I believe our first date was the day of the Super Bowl, and we had been seeing each other up until around the end of April. He actually, I guess, met a girl within like the 2-3 weeks period, and he took her to Hawaii. So they're in Hawaii right now for this Memorial Day weekend, and this is significant because I literally told him that I love Hawaii. I went for the first time last year for my birthday, and ever since then I've been wanting to go back, and he's never been to Hawaii, so I was telling him we should go together. And I remember every time there was like a holiday weekend and stuff, I'd be like, let's go on a trip, and like he would ask me like, where do you want to go? And I was like, oh, Cabo or like Hawaii, and he would always be like, oh, the tickets are kind of expensive. And I was like, okay, you know, like maybe, you know, we should like plan it ahead more so, or maybe we're not ready to take a trip because we've only been dating for a couple months now. So, but no, he met a girl like 2 weeks ago, and they're in Hawaii together right now. So yeah, if he wanted to, he would. They're literally in Hawaii right now, the place and the exact place I told him that I wanted to go, the exact island. So that's great. That's great. Like, I'm totally not crying. I totally didn't just break down in the supermarket when I found out. Like, I am totally okay.
Dang, that's cold-blooded. He's definitely moving out here like he has options.
Okay, I have a question for single men in their 30s who have their lives together and just haven't found the one yet for some reason. So if I was a single lady in my 30s and I wanted to meet you, where would be the best place to go? Just asking for a friend. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks.
6.5 hours later.
I've just posted a video that went viral asking single men a question about where they hang out, basically to help us single women in their 30s looking to date and find a relationship, to I don't know, to understand like where to find them. And wow, she's so right. The comment section got wild. So it's fine. Like, I mean, you can't please everyone, but damn, I didn't think it would get that wild. I don't know what triggered that many hateful comments. I think maybe it's the have their lives together part that I really didn't mean in a bad or offensive way. More like that maybe I meant someone who loves their life. That's it. Like, even like nobody has their lives together like 100%, and I understand that. Anyway, I don't want to justify this. I'm just saying, girls, I wanted to do us I don't know, I wanted to help us, and comment section got wild. I'm gonna make another video though to report the good comments, which I'm filtering right now, and maybe let me know if you want me to make another video about the hateful comments, because they are kind of attacking me, but I'm not taking it personal, and I think some of them are really funny. Like, I don't understand why someone would take some time and energy from their day to like why did they feel the need to actually like stop the scroll, comment something. Anyway, so yeah, just to say that like I'm gonna come back for you with to report the actual useful answers. I've got you.
Men in their 30s with their lives together are staying away from dating. That's why their lives are together. Another one said, we're not looking, we're at peace. Hope that answers that. Single men in their 30s don't look for single women in their 30s. Aim for the guys in their 40s. Somebody else said the best place would be in your 20s.
Men don't like dating events, and I have a theory. If you're a man and you don't enjoy dating events, I want you to tell me in the comments if I am right or what is your reasoning. So I have gone to a lot of dating events, speed dating events, all the things. And for the most part, it will be 80% women and 20% men, even though there are so many men in the world. And I don't think that all men are bad or all men are douchebags. That's not my theory. I think that men don't know what they're going to experience when they get there. But I also think that they have gone to some of these events and they don't like what they have experienced. I think that men feel like maybe it's like a meat market, that how women are going to be, or how, I think women, I don't think I would say afraid. I think that men are just like, this is going to be too intense, going to be way over the top. And I don't want to experience that, because whether I'm going to church events or I'm going to dating events in general, men don't show up. So men, I want you to tell me, why don't you guys like dating events? Men don't like dating events. And this is what this man had to say. So yesterday I posted a video saying that men don't like dating events. And I asked the men to tell me if they felt like it's because it's like a meat market, because they don't know what they're going to experience, and like women doing like all the things. And I got the most amount of responses from men on TikTok ever. I posted a lot of videos, but this one, there's so many responses. Now, there was a lot of comments I was kind of like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I just happened to see this one where he said, any man that has options would never step foot in a dating event, LOL. And that's an interesting thought process. Now, granted, I'm just using his comment just in a general, but I think that, so a couple things. I think that people go to dating events because they want to meet someone. I don't think that all men that go are terrible or desperate. I don't think that all women that go are terrible or desperate. I think that people go to dating events. Like me, I'm single, I'm 43, I'm successful, I feel like I'm very pretty, and I go to dating events sometimes because I'm like, it's a lot of different options, because I feel like if a man is coming to the dating event, then he's looking for a relationship. So that's why I go. Same reason why I would be on a dating app. Same reason why I would let somebody set me up. And I think that a lot of men feel like it's a lot when you go to these dating events. But I think some men, and then some people in general, just kind of have the wrong mindset. That it's like, when you go to a dating event, yes, people are looking for something. Yes, people are going to judge you immediately on your appearance. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I mean, if you show up at an event and it looks like you didn't care, you can see that, right? If you show up and you look like you cared, you can see that. If you show up and you are interrogating someone and someone can feel that. If you show up and it looks like you're just trying to work the room, or you're trying to get every single girl's phone number or guy, people can see that. So I honestly don't think anything is wrong with dating events. I think that a lot of people need therapy. I think that hands down, all day, every day. But I also think that people just kind of come with too much stuff. I think women come with too much stuff, and I think men come with the fear of the too much stuff or whatever, and some are entitled. But I'm curious, what has been your experience at dating events?
All of these comments are pretty much saying the same thing, and there's one that kind of says everything that everybody else is saying. Number one, men who don't need dating events would never go. Number two, the men who do go just get rejected by 20 women in an hour and don't put their hand on the stove anymore. Thanks, Nemo Supreme. I appreciate it.
Would you date a man who earns less money than you?
Yes, I do well, so
Yeah.
okay.
So you might, if it's everything else lines up.
Yes. Yeah.
You would?
Yeah.
You would?
I have.
You have?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
100%.
Okay. Awesome.
So 80% of them said that. Thank God. Maybe there's some hope out here.
I swear some women don't understand that their boyfriend, husband, whatever, just doesn't like them. And of course, they're like attracted to them. They like them intimately. They like what they can do for them, but they don't actually genuinely like them. I'm currently leaving TJ Maxx, and I was just inside walking around. And as I was in the women's apparel section, I heard this woman talking to her boyfriend, husband, whoever he was, to her. And she like held up this outfit and was like, "What do you think about this?" And he looked at her barely even looked at her, honestly. He was like on his phone, barely looked up, glanced, looked back down, and then said, "Babe, you know you really can't pull that off. Like, your body's just not made for that." And she was like so embarrassed. And she's like, what do you mean? And he just looked at her like she should be embarrassed for asking. I interjected and I said, "Girl, you would look fabulous in that." Now, this is not about lying, honestly. This is not about like gaslighting or lying somebody, telling them that they're going to look great in something they wouldn't. There was absolutely nothing wrong with her body. Like, she actually had a really nice body. And the outfit she was holding up would look adorable on her. I so badly wanted to be like, your man does not like you. He only likes what you can do for him in the bedroom. And that's it. I will never again be with a man who doesn't like me. I can assure you of that. I'd rather be single the rest of my days than to be with a man that doesn't like me. No thanks. Wild. Just date men if you like men. Just say it. Makes my head hurt, honestly.
Here we go with that. Listen closely. That would look adorable on you. Adorable? Women aren't looking for adorable. Women, you know what? Let me ask my wife. So just finished talking to my wife. It's about a 10-minute conversation. I'm going to cut out some of it because I had to give her context. And then when she understood it, she gave me her answer.
If my man told me he didn't like what I was wearing, I wouldn't want to wear it, because why would I want to wear it if he didn't like it?
Well,
but my feelings would be messed up if he did something to me like that.
So he was looking down at his phone. The way she's describing it.
So he didn't really even see her?
So he's looking down at his phone. He's like, he kind of looked up and he said, like, she walks out of so the thing is, she walks out of the dressing room with the dress on, I'm assuming. He kind of looks up from his phone, looks back down, doesn't really even look at it, doesn't really even look it over, and says, you don't look good. And well, basically, you can't pull that off. Like your body's not going to be able to pull that. Like you don't have the body for that. Okay. And then the woman heard it. I guess she came over and she said,
she was trying to uplift her.
I think actually, you can pull that off and your body, and that looks adorable on you.
She was trying to make her feel good. I still wouldn't get it.
So even though she said that, you still wouldn't get it?
No.
So now that we've established that it's rude and he probably could have said something else, a lot of these young ladies like to tone police. Like to, oh, you shouldn't have said that. Oh, I would leave him if he would have. But they get on here and say that men are meaty ugly. They're broke. They're bums. You're not a provider. You're not rich. Get out of my face. Ugh, why would he? The man knows that woman. I don't think that's going to look good on your body. You're going to come over there, not minding your business, say something. She's going to maybe, hopefully not do that, but she might buy that dress. Oh, he's just a hater. Go out there and wear it, and women looking at her sideways. You're like, well, why didn't you tell me it didn't look good? I did. You didn't want to hear me because you thought I was being a hater and I was rude.
Serious question for heterosexual men who are interested in dating women, right? We'll be very specific. Heterosexual men who are interested in dating women. Why is it when some of you, not all, I just want to put that caveat out there. I don't want anyone to get distracted by that. Why is it when some of you disagree with someone online, either their take, their analysis, their logic, whatever, why is it, especially when that man is doing something in the efforts of trying to protect women, why is it your first instinct, even though you yourself are self-proclaimed attracted to women, want to date women, ideally want to marry and raise a family with women, why is it the insult that you default to is that, oh, he's just trying to look good for women. Oh, he's pandering to women. Oh, he's just using uplifting women as a way to get closer to women. Why is that a bad thing? Why is caring and uplifting and wanting to protect women not your central focus? Especially when you yourself are attracted and want to date women.
Some of the people that you be talking about, some of the men, they don't be giving context. They actually are pandering. They're not giving any context to what's going on. They're just saying a bunch of stuff. And then when you actually look at what they're doing the opposite. And then women continue to say, oh, well, he's good because he said X, Y, and Z. He's not. You're going to be mad at men because you tried to follow his direction and men have been telling you, avoid what he's talking about. He's just trying to pander. That's what men are saying.
There are two types of guys that approach me at a bar or at a club. And the first type is the type that happened today, where it was this man who was a kind of a neckbeard. And I don't mean that in that's how he looked type of way. It was like how he acted and also how he looked. He clearly does not like women. But guys who do not like women love to come and talk to me. And this guy claimed that he owned 6% of the hotel that I'm staying at, which is a 4-diamond hotel. And I was like, oh, great. Good. And he's like, yeah, my family owns it. And I was like, so does your family own it or do you own it? And he's like, well, I'm the inheritor or whatever. He was just trying to go off. And he's like, also, would you like to go get breakfast with me at this, it's an athletic club, which I guess in the South is what they call like it's like a country club type thing, but without the golf course, to my understanding. And he's like, yeah, I pay like $10,000 a year to go there. And I was like, oh, well, I don't really have anything to wear to like mimosas, which is how I was trying to say like brunch or whatever. I was just trying to politely decline. And he's like, well, we wouldn't drink that early. And I was like, no, like I just meant like, you know, like the clothing that you wear, like when you have brunch. I don't know. I just called it like, you know, going out for mimosas. Like, I don't know, maybe that was my bad. But he's like, well, just show me what you got. Show me your lookbook. And I was like, what do you mean? Like a lookbook? He's like, well, like the pictures that you've taken and the outfits that you brought, like show me them. And I was like I really didn't take pictures in my outfits, but like I'm kind of in an awkward position right now. So I was like, okay, this is what I wore yesterday. And he's like, what else do you have? Okay, anyway, that's the first type of guy who is in no position to be judging anybody or like, but the confidence is there, right? He has that confidence and maybe he really does have money. I think he is, because like, why would you just be in your own hotel lobby at like 2:00 in the morning on a Thursday? But anyway, I digress. And then the second type of guy is the guy who is strikingly attractive, very used to getting attention from people. I have anxiety, so I keep to myself. And both of those things are ineffective. The people that are going to get a woman's attention, I don't care what she looks like, are the men who sit down and like have a conversation with you and like look you in the eyes when you're talking and ask you questions about yourself, and you like don't just want to talk about yourself or like money that you have. Like, don't get me wrong, times are hard, this economy is hard, but like they're like, if you're looking for a woman in a bar and telling her how much money you have, you're not going to find a woman who's going to stick with you. So it just tells me like your priorities are a little like it doesn't seem respectable. I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not looking for a respectable woman. You're looking for somebody who will sleep with you because you have money and not because of anything else. And if you're an attractive guy, you're looking for somebody who will sleep with you because you're attractive and you find them attractive, but not because you have anything else to offer. So I guess what I'm saying is like, men need to get personalities on top of whatever else they have going on.
So this is what we were talking about in the last clip about men pandering to women and why you should listen to men when they say, hey, this guy is not good for you. I'm trying to help you out. Do not listen to what this guy is saying. And some of you ladies are pushing back against that because y'all just like what he's saying and you like that he's tickling your ears. But this is what it results in. You meeting both of these guys that really don't have an interest in you. They already know the game, and that's why they keep on doing what they're doing. Because there's a lot of women out there that are falling for the game and not even falling for it. This is the type of man that they're looking for. What kind of guy hangs out in the bar on a random Thursday? He does, because he knows it works. He knows what type of women are going to be there. Unfortunately, you seem to be there at that time. And then the other guy, I'm good looking, so I know there's going to be women out there that want me. Guys already know about these types of dudes. They can spot them a mile away. That's why they're trying to tell you about them. But once again, there's a lot of women that go right along with it because, oh, he's hot, so I don't feel bad for it. Once in a lifetime, you only live once. Oh, he was the owner of a hotel, or his family owned a hotel and he was super rich, so you only live once. And that'll be their TikTok story. They'll make content off of that and they'll grow their audience about that. This is how you get a rich man. This is how you get a provider man. This is where to find them. They grow their audiences off of that, off of giving bad advice. So it just goes round and round in a circle, and men will tell you get off the ride. But y'all don't want to listen because that's what y'all want.
Okay, I don't know if anyone's actually going to listen to this, but for like the two people that do, I didn't want to tweet about this because I just don't want people quote tweeting about it and like giving their 2 cents because it's not that deep. But it's just been a while since I've been like fat because I'm objectively like a big woman. I'm 5'10" and I'm also plus sized. And if you're plus sized, like you can tell when someone's making a dig at your weight just by how unnecessary the comment is and like other stuff that's contextual. So, and it's been a while since I've like experienced this, so it was like very jarring. But I was at a thrift store and I walk in, find things I like, which, you know, if you're plus size doesn't always happen like in excess. So I bring in my stuff to the changing room and this girl walks me back. She's very petite, very tiny. And she opens up the door. She said, I'm so sorry. It's so tiny in there. And I don't clock it. I'm like, at first, I'm like, oh, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty small in there, whatever. And as I'm already having a bad self-image day and I'm like, why did she feel the need to say that to me? Like, I can see that it's tiny. Like, I don't know what her telling me about it is gonna change. But I wait. I'm like, okay, let me just like observe what maybe she says that to everyone that she brings back to the other rooms. And I hear her like, I'm in the changing room, but I hear her like bringing other people up. Actually, and all she says is, here you go, opens it and walks away. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then before I go even further, I'm like, well, maybe this one is just tiny and the rest are like normal sized, because it was tiny. It was a tiny dressing room. Nope. They were all the same. So I'm like, it's so necessary and was jarring, because I'm like, what was the reason? Like, I'm not like upset about it now. It's just like jarring to come across in the wild now, because obviously I get fashioned on the internet, but to have someone so brazenly do it to your face, and I was just so taken back. I didn't even say anything, but she was obviously like somewhat disgusted with me for some reason. And I was like, I'm not buying any clothes here, so I brought everything back and I was like, here, and she said, thank you. I was like, oh, I'll feed you. Like, I'm 5'10", I could step on you. I should have said something, but whatever. That was so stupid.
See where you're coming from, but I think maybe sometimes some ladies overblow the situation. They just make it into something that it actually isn't. Maybe she saw you and she was like, oh, I don't know. Some ladies are very apologetic before things actually happened. So you might have a woman that's talking to a man and he says, hey, would you like to go out? And she says, no, I'm sorry, I'm married. Unfortunately, you're unfortunately married? No, I didn't mean it like that. I was just saying. And they go on to explain. Maybe that's the situation here,